Good evening, this is Rashad Mitchell comes to you live from the YouTube channels like a team on my part series. The week that was college football history and review, the 1964 college football season. And today I'll be talking about week 6. The games that were played on October 24th, 1964. Week number 6. Let's get into it. Penn State beat West Virginia 37-8. San Bernardino Lions played under assistant Joe Paterno because head coach Rip Engel lost the family side after the death of his younger brother. Penn State won West Virginia homecoming by bolting to a 24-0 lead, highlighted by halfback Bob Riggle's 86-yard run, the longest to date in Lions history. West Virginia got third quarter score as quarterback Alan McCoon top 65-yard drive with 2 touchdowns and 2-point passes to halfback Dick Madison. Rutgers beat Columbia by a score of 38-35. Quarterback Archie Roberts, who passed 25-39 for 320 yards and 4 touchdowns and an interception, enjoyed his great statistical day for Columbia and lifted his career passing yards to 3,142 yards. Best in Columbia Lions history that included passing greats Sid Luckman and Paul Governale. Much of Roberts' line work was undone by Lions halfback Jamie Thompson's fumble at his own 18-yard line early in the fourth quarter, and blocked a punter Roberts' boot shortly thereafter by Rutgers sophomore guard Bob Schroeder. Punt block ended up in Scarlet Knight's hands at Columbia 4-yard line, and Rutgers Queensmen scored a touchdown each time to turn a 27-25 deficit to a 38-27 lead. The Knights quarterback Bob Callinger scored 2 touchdowns on the ground and threw 44 yards touchdown pass to end Bob Stowell. Upset took place between Virginia Tech and Florida State as Virginia Tech upset number 10 Florida State 20-11. Always tough outpost for visitors, Blacksburg proved poisonous to undefeated Florida State. Virginia Tech quarterback Bob Swiper, frequent thorn in Seminoles' side, accounted for 3 touchdowns, including undefended tackle-eligible pass to sophomore Eric Johnson, who had been moved from guard earlier in the week so that he could practice trick play. It came in second quarter and put VPI in lead for first time at 7-3. The Goblins' defensive strategy protected against long passes, so Seminoles quarterback Steve Tensey consistently hit wide receiver Fred Blitnikov, who had 182 yards receiving and a touchdown, 11 catches to break FSU's single-game reception mark. But Goblins' defense stiffened near its goal line, allowing Seminoles to do a single touchdown, which came with barely more than a minute left. Blitnikov drew ire of the crowd when he spiked the ball after his touchdown and rifled it high in the stands after his 2-point catch. And Florida State had all better of it statistically, 423 yards to 191 yards, but lost 3 turnovers at the vital moments of the game. The Goblins fullback Sonny Oates threw several terrific blocks to free Swiker for key runs, including 2 touchdown bursts in fourth quarter. Wake Forest beat Maryland 21-17. Alabama, this is a matchup of 2 top 10 teams. Number 3 Alabama beat number 9 Florida. This is a top 10 matchup. Number 3 Alabama beat number 9 Florida 17-14. So late in the first quarter, by Alabama quarterback Joe Namath re-injured his knee on third down rollout, the Gators took advantage of defensive back Dick Kirk's fumble recovered at their 47-yard line. Florida used 9 plays with quarterback Steve Spurrier rifling a 15-yard pass to open drive and 9-yard scoring throw to end drive, each to end Randy Jackson. Crimson tied it 7-7 late in the second quarter when sub-quarterback Steve Sloan hit end Tommy Tollison with a 12-yard pass before fullback Steve Bowman crashed over from 1-yard line. With Florida up 14-7 in the fourth quarter, Bama halfback John Mosley returned punt 37 yards to Gators' 34-yard line. Bowman spun away for 30-yard touchdown to deadlock it at 14-14. So with 3:06 left in the game, Bama kicker David Ray made a winning 21-yard field goal. A Spurrier, who was perfect 7-7 passing the second half, drove Florida length of the field starting with 16-yard pass to end Charles Casey, 19-yard pass to fullback Larry Dupree, and 17-yard screen pass to 13-yard line by halfback Don Knapp. But Gators were out of timeouts as Spurrier was sacked and fullback John Felber was dropped for loss on draw run. And the Florida kicker Jim Hall was dashed onto the field only to miss heartbreaking hurry-up 24-yard field goal try. Mississippi State beat Houston 18-13. Michigan beat Minnesota 19-12. Notre Dame, the number 2 team in the country, beat Stanford 28-6. That's why the Irish's dominance was apparent in discrepancy of first downs. Notre Dame made 29 first downs to only 4 by Stanford. And while Irish offense was making headlines behind record-breaking passing of quarterback John Hewitt, 21 of 37 for 300 yards and a touchdown, 2 interceptions, it was their magnificent defense that permitted only 56-yard net offense. Hewitt became top Notre Dame single-game thrower in Calise's attempts, and Jack Snow caught 8 passes for 113 yards to bring his season receiving yard mark to 595 yards, new Irish record. Notre Dame halfback Bill Walski had 102 yards rushing on 18 carries and 2 touchdowns. Scored 3 times on a 54-yard pass from Hewitt in the second quarter. 1-yard dive in the third quarter and 9-yard wedge behind right tackle Dick Leuenberg early in the fourth quarter. So with bench players on field and as clock roamed towards triple zeros on the clock, Indians defensive back Jack Lodato picked off pass by Notre Dame quarterback Alex Bonvecchio and returned it 26 yards to the Irish 32-yard line. Stanford halfback Ray Hanley, previous topper of the nation's rushing list, finally found room on 2 tries worth 11 yards, and after fullback John Reed made first down at the 10-yard line, Irish were penalized 5 yards, and Hanley tossed touchdown pass to halfback Dave Lewis. Nebraska, the number 5 team in the country, beat Colorado by a score of 21-3. Homecoming in Boulder brought out belting buffs as number 5 Nebraska coughed up but recovered fumbles on its first 2 snaps. Early breaks continued toward Bison as defensive back John Marchio picked off Huskers' pass by quarterback Bob Churchage and returned it to the Nebraska 17-yard line. So procedure penalty derailed Colorado's tailback touchdown hopes, but it took a 3-0 lead on kicker Frank Rogers' 21-yard field goal. So the Buffalo's defensive back Hank Irwin nearly created Church's second interception early in the second quarter, but ball slipped through his fine future pro golf grip into the midst of Huskers halfback Kent McClellan, who dashed 53 yards for touchdown and 7-3 lead. So in the third quarter, Colorado halfback Bernie McCall lost fumble at his 9-yard line. Fullback Frank Solich spun across for 13-3 lead 2 plays later. Nebraska went 80 yards in the fourth quarter to clinching score, finalized on Church's sneak after his 31-yard pass to halfback Harry Wilson. Next, number 6 Texas beat Rice 6-3, facing puzzling Houston jinx under which it had failed to beat Rice on the road in 12 years. Number 6 Texas rolled a pair of field goals by kicker David Conway and spectacular punting of tailback punter Ernie Coy to slim win. The Owls flew away with extensive ball possession in the final 3 quarters, gaining 227 yards by game's end to Texas 89 yards. In fact, Rice's defense was so smothering that Longhorns failed to earn a single first down and ran only 11 plays in the second half. What spared Texas was applied named Rice kicker Larry Rice, who barely missed the 33 yards and 46 yards field goal in the fourth quarter. Conway's opening field goal had come at end of drive starting from Texas 48-yard line while he passed by quarterback Marv Christian, which was run by 15 yards by Coy. Owls immediately countered with defensive back Von Cervinka's 69-yard kickoff return that set up Rice's tying clip chip shot field goal late in the first quarter. Arizona beat Wyoming 15-7. Utah beat Arizona State 16-3. Southern California beat California by a score of 26-21. Effective missiles flew over LA Coliseum as California quarterback Craig Morton passed 18 of 28 for 219 yards and 2 touchdowns. In Southern California, quarterback Craig Fatigue fired 21 of 28 for 371 yards, 4 touchdowns, and an interception. Now, Cal scored on Morton's first touchdown in halfback Jerry Marshall, but quarterback kicker Tom Blanchfield missed the kick. So after fatigue threw 2 touchdowns, Morton tied it at 14-14, clicking on 2-point pass after his own 5-yard touchdown run. The Bears led 21-14 after Morton's second scoring bomb, but fatigues countered with 45-yard touchdown pass to tailback Mike Garrett at end of 80-yard drive and 22-yard touchdown to wide receiver Rod Sherman at end of 82-yard drive. Finally, Oregon shut out Washington by a score of 7-0. Casey's Commandos, defensive unit of undefeated Oregon, so named after active linebacker Tim Casey, delivered constant stream of big plays to totally frustrate the sledgehammer offense of Washington, which was forcing 14 of its first losing season since 1958. Ducks defenders blanked Huskies by forcing 4 interceptions, recovering 2 fumbles, twice halting run attempts at their 1-yard line. Game's only score came early when Oregon quarterback Bob Berry fired his troops 73 yards to 14-yard tackle-eligible pass to Lowell Dean. Berry, who otherwise was stymied by Huskies defense, led by guard linebacker Rick Redmond, had started scoring a trip with 11-yard pass to end Corky Sullivan. Then halfback Dennis Keller slammed 16 yards and Berry found Sullivan again at Washington's 26-yard line. Washington mounted threat by going to air in third quarter until handing ball to fullback Jeff Jordan on play at Webfoot's 8-yard line. Now Jordan smashed the 1-yard line, but ball popped into the air only to be recovered by Oregon linebacker Oliver McKinney. Huskies quarterback Jim Sartoris provided late game glimmer of hope when he hit future Washington coach and Jim Lambright with pass to Hut Ducker's 27-yard line. Pear tried again on next down, but Webfoot's defensive back Ron Martin picked off Sartoris, passed deep in Oregon territory. So that concludes a look at Week 6. The games that were played on October 24th, 1964. Week 6, the week that was college football season review. The 1964 college football season. Now it's time to look at the AP October 26th poll. Number 1 was Ohio State. Number 2 was Notre Dame. Number 3, Alabama. Number 4, Arkansas. Number 5, Nebraska. Number 6, Texas. Number 7, Oregon. Number 8, Georgia Tech. Number 9, Louisiana State. And number 10, Florida. So that concludes a look at the week that was college football history review. The 1964 college football season, week 6 for October 24th, 1964, week 6. Please like and subscribe to the channel and comment. I deeply appreciate this. This is Rashad Mitchell. Until then, I'll do a video of this magnitude tomorrow. Until then, talk to you tomorrow.